that if one person can do it, you can do it too. You have to have a mission. Am I living my life or somebody else's life? What do I actually want to do? Stop being a good person. Start being uncomfortable. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Transformation from Within. My name is Juliet Dars. I'm a coach and mentor, and in this channel you will find out everything about mission, life purpose, and everything that is related to it. Have you ever heard a phrase, you have to become the person who you want to become now, in this reality? Have you heard people say, if you want to achieve that goal, particular goal, you have to be that person who achieves that? It's interesting, but it also creates a lot of questions in our heads. In the previous video, and you can see it right here in the corner, I talked about different branches of reality or different possibilities. Pretty much is we create our reality, we make choices, and this is how our reality is being created. And in that video, I talked about adopting your state of being. Yes, we can do a lot of action. Yes, we can take a lot of steps, but we also can take steps into the wrong direction, or we can just do certain things for the sake of doing. And obviously you have to be very, very aware. You have to be very conscious to see and notice those things that you may be going, not a journey of 1,000 steps, but a journey of 10,000 steps, right? So in this video, I want to talk exactly how can you become that person who achieves those goals, the person who has the dream, the person who has that dream come true and has this life already. Because I think it's quite complicated concept, but I will try to tell you in this video based on my own personal experience, because obviously I can speak for myself, and from the experience of working with different clients, how can you achieve that faster? And I'll try to make it as easy as possible. My mission as the coach, and this is what coach actually does, is not to give you the answer, is not to give you the map and tell you where to go. My mission as the coach to ask great questions so you can find the answers, because the answers are already within you. My mission is to guide you. My mission is to maybe open up new horizons, new perspectives of this world. Because why sometimes we don't feel confident. We feel that yes, this person has it all, but it's not me. This person can have that, but this is not me. Why do you think we have this? And we have this because of our own personal experience, of maybe certain failures, and nobody kind of taught us how to deal with those, right? How to not being so subjective about this, but actually see the good things, a good side of our failures. Take the lesson and apply it in the next step. It also predetermined by the place we were born, the egregor of the culture, religion, and people, peers, caregivers, and all this kind of scenarios. So imagine if you were born in a family where, let's say, parents believed that you can only achieve success by working hard, by being constantly tired, by being constantly burned out, because this was their reality, and you saw them as role models. So now you have that too, and it's not good, it's not bad, it's just the way it works. But it doesn't mean that we're prisoners. It doesn't mean that we can't change that. We absolutely can. And I want to share with you some points here in this video that will definitely, if you take those, if you really take those and you really reflect, and I always advise people who are watching my videos to actually grab some sort of a notebook, grab a pen, and write down. Because if you're just listening to the information, it becomes just yet another video that you watched. Something may have triggered certain emotions in you, but that's it. But as a coach, I'm telling you right now, here's a free coaching session. You have to take that information and ask yourself, well, how can I use this in my life? Challenge your thoughts, challenge your perspectives. Ask if there's something that you believe that is not achievable. Is that actually true? Because I'll tell you a simple truth that if one person can do it, you can do it too. Okay, so let's jump into those main points. How can you become or start, how can you adapt that state of being, that personality, that persona already now? And my first point is you have to have a mission. You really have to have a mission. And I know that it sounds, sometimes people take it in the way of like mission, change the world, like they have this heroic and really ambiguous understanding of what mission is. But to me, mission could be anything. The mission will drive you out of your bed. The mission will give you energy. The mission will send your way right people. The mission will show you where to go and maybe where you should not go. This is all about the mission. By the way, if you'd like to actually dive deep into this topic, I am hosting a webinar and you can grab your seat in this webinar following the link in the description below. So mission is something that it can be created. You can absolutely think of it, but I think it comes from within. So for me, for example, as a little child, I was always helping people. I was always that mediator in any conflict. I was always motivating people. I was that kind of little leader who was showing like kids around, like, hey, this is not good. You can't do this. You can hit this guy with your toy. It's no bueno. And as I grew up, I also knew that one way or another, I will be working with people. That's my 9 years of coaching. I started as a fitness coach and nutritionist and started helping people not just fix their diets, not just get to the gym and showing them routine, but changing their perspective of it, changing their mindset about those things, about well-being and about health. I can tell you that majority of my clients in Brooklyn, when I was in Brooklyn, they hated fitness. I was their last resort. When they were coming to me, it literally, most of the conversations, they were like this. Okay, Julia. So, by the way, I was the most expensive fitness coach in Brooklyn just because of how many people I had. And they're like, okay, I was referred to you by so-and-so, or I've heard about you from, social media or from my friend. I'm gonna be honest, I hate fitness. I had this experience with this coach, and instead of doing like in one-on-one coaching session, he was doing groups coaching session, but then he was charging me as one-on-one, and telling me all those stories. And they already were coming to me with that negative perspective, with that negative mindset about fitness, that this is not for them, because obviously the person, and obviously there are people who are just not very genuine in what they do, and it's not their mission. Their mission is to make money, but it's not their mission. It's not their mission for them to help people. Their mission is just to create business, and they don't have passion about it. They don't care. They just good at what they do. They create business. There are certain results, obviously, but I think for most people, they want to have that individualized, personalized approach. So they weren't getting it. And I'm like, okay, so I already knew how to work with those people. And I, in any of my coaching, fitness coaching, nutritional coaching, I always explain what we do, why we do it. I teach the correct form. I show and ask questions, the questions that will make the person think of, oh, wait a second, like deeper questions, not the surface level questions, like, do you want to be healthy? Yeah, of course. Do you want to achieve your goals? Yeah, well, I do, but why? What is that goal? Is that your goal actually? Do you think it's your goal, or maybe it's your parents' goal, or maybe it's your friend's goal, or maybe this is not even the direction you want to go, but because you've learned this way, or maybe you've been working, this direction for 9 years and you just don't want to change because you already spent so much time and invested so much energy. That's what happened with me when I felt that I want to move on and I want a different career. I became a life coach and I love it. It's my life. If I tell you what I do during the day, it's just crazy. I'm constantly studying. I'm constantly improving my coaching techniques. I'm constantly seeing of like, how can I help more people? This is my passion. And that's why, I thought of like, what? Like fitness and nutrition still will be in my life. I still have clients, but it's not going to be a primary career like direction. So at that point for me, I had already website built. I had so many different videos. I had clientele, and I love those people. Like, they're not just my clients. They become my family in a way. And I caught myself on the thought that it was very hard for me to let go. It was very hard for me to just, drop all my investments and just start fresh. It was also scary. And I got it. I understand. But I also ask myself a question. Well, would you regret not taking this action? Would you regret not even trying? Ask yourself this question right now. Would you regret not even trying? To me, it was clear yes. No amount of fear at that point could have stopped me. So how can you become that person who achieves all your goals and get all your dreams? Is first, start with mission. Start with asking yourself, what is important for me? Am I living my life or somebody else's life? When enough is enough? What do I actually want to do? And again, mission could be, I really want to make people happy by crafting candles. How do you think those businesses that you see strive? I'm not talking about big corporations. I'm talking about small businesses, people who decided to follow their dreams and their heart, and they had a passion, making candles. And their mission became to make candles and share their passion, share their love with the world and with people, and make people also, feel the smell, experience how good this candle is. And that's how they become successful. So this is point number 1, mission. By the way, I highly recommend you right now just to stop and really answer those questions that I just gave you. You can write down them in your notebook or share them in comments below. Also see what other people say. You can absolutely, have the different options how you can find your mission, but share them in comments below. See what other people say and get that inspiration going. So number 2, this one could be a little bit difficult to understand maybe, but bear with me. Stop being a good person. Stop being a good girl or a good guy. A lot of the times in my life, I obviously reflecting back, I realized that I wasn't following what I really wanted. I could have started years earlier a different path, but I was really so concerned. And now obviously this is the honesty time. Be honest with yourself. I was really so concerned about what people think of me, about being a good girl for others, not saying no to the opportunities or to the people or to different things that were going on in my life, just because I didn't want to come off as rude or mean, or when you say no, people and then you think, would they love me? Would they still be with me if I say no to them? But surprise, surprise, I'm gonna tell you that yes, of course. And if they want to leave you, then they're not your people. Because people, and this is another point here, but I will elaborate a little bit more. People who love you, really, they may not agree with what you're doing right now because they don't see that vision. They don't have that vision. They could never have the same vision as you do. That's why God sent this vision to you. That's why you have that with your unique set of gifts and talents, DNA. You're very unique. They may not agree with you, and there are a couple stages of this. People start hating you. They start going away, or just forgetting you. But then they come back. They're like, oh, wait a second, look at that, and they start admiring you for never giving up. Isn't it weird? I think it is a weird cycle, but it is what it is. This is how it works. Those are the steps. So really stop being, the victim who helps everyone just because you think that this is what people want, or you're afraid that they're gonna leave you. Start being uncomfortable. Because when you say yes to the things that you want to say no, you say no to yourself. You say no to your dreams, you say no to your goals, you say no to your vision, to your mission, and you just another, part of the matrix. And I'm not saying matrix is bad. We all live in matrix, obviously. But I'm saying of that kind of like, I'm just following. I'm just fitting in with everyone. No, stand out. Please do. So point number 2 is to become uncomfortable, even for yourself. Do things that you usually don't do. Change your style. So point number 3, please allow yourself to make mistakes. This was the biggest realization for me, because for some reason I thought that as the coach, I can't really make any mistakes. I can't. How are people gonna react? Like they will say, oh my God, like what kind of coach are you if you're making those mistakes? But what I realized is that what it created for me is the tightness and constant pressure. I became a person who was just freeze up, because I'm like, okay, it's kind of going. I don't want to do anything wrong because I don't want to make any mistake. But you know what? I also had that mindset that mistake is bad. Because when we in college, or in school rather, what they mark us, like a red, in Russia, we had actually numeric scale. So from when I was little, it was from like 1 to 5. So 1 is absolutely atrocious, 5 is best. And I was trying to hit as many 5s as possible. I remember writing my homework, and my mom was sitting like on top of me. And even if I would make not even mistake, but it wasn't a perfect letter, she would like crisscross everything, and I was starting again. To the point where my teacher said, Julia, please tell your mom not to do this. If you do this mistake, you can simply just correct one letter. You don't have to just disregard the entire work. And just now, like recently, that phrase hit me. I'm like, oh, wow, you're right. It's okay. The world doesn't end with you making a mistake. So allow yourself to make mistakes. And remember that they don't define you. Mistakes are good. They are good because there's no other way for you to learn. I'm gonna correct myself right now. There is a way where you learn from others' mistakes, but I'm gonna tell you that making mistakes, it's inevitable. You can never avoid making mistakes. And if you think you can, probably that's why something isn't happening in your life. The faster you learn how to make mistake, how to learn from it, and apply different action, your growth will be so much faster. Okay? So point number 3, learn how to make mistakes and accept them. Point number 4, choose the role model. When we have a role model, our brain is like a ChatGPT. It's like, I don't know, AI, right? You just need to prompt it correctly, and it will give you the correct answer. If you prompt it incorrectly, it would also give you so answer, right? So role model is some sort of a good prompt for our brain. Is when you look at this person and like, all right, what kind of mindset does this person have? What is he doing? I don't want to say try to mimic. I don't want to say copy someone. I'm saying adapt the qualities. You're still gonna have your own flavor of everything, but adapt those qualities. See what that person says. How does this person live their life? And with this role model, you will give your brain a task, and it will start correcting. It will start giving you different options of your own behavior, of your own actions, and you're gonna start kind of navigating way faster towards your desired destination. Okay? So role model. For me, let's say in my career, and it's always someone, like let's say I really adored a beauty of Angelina Jolie. I loved her. I didn't want to copy her. I just loved, how she presents herself, what she does, that certain things like in the movies. And I love that. I really, as a coach, for instance, there's a coach, he's Russian, but I admire his work. He motivates me, he inspires me. When I'm watching his videos, I'm like, thank you so much. He's so in love with coaching. So I'm also in love with coaching. I'm in love with what I do. I'm in love with people, working with them. I genuinely care. And that's why he is a role model for me in the career perspective, okay? Maybe find a role model for your fitness, for your health, you know, for any area, hobbies maybe, right? So thank God we have a lot of social media right now, so you can definitely find that. Read certain, watch documentaries about people, read books, autobiographies, for instance, and see what those people did. How did they think? What kind of mindset did they have? So this is point number 4. Choose your role model. And the next point is find people who really, really support you. I'm gonna tell you this, that your environment is pretty much like, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you your future. Yes, we can have different friends for different purpose. Yes, we can have friends that we just go and like hang out with and dance. And this is how you can actually, you know, like separate and don't ask for everything from one of your friends, right? But just like have different, maybe different circles, but also see, like, if you, let's say, choose if you have a friend and you like to hang out with this friend, but his values, morals, I don't know, way far away from where you're going, you know, maybe this person doesn't have any healthy habits, drinks a lot, and yeah, that could be, he could be very, 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 very funny to hang out with, but ask yourself, is that helpful or not? Surround yourself with, so choose your community wisely. And the last point, set your goals. If you don't set your goals, somebody else will. And so many times when a client comes to me to the session, you know, I hear certain things like, I don't have time. My mother-in-law wants me to do this. My husband wants to do this. My co-workers wants me to do this. And like, I have all these responsibilities. I don't even have time for myself. Those just excuses. Because if I have a goal, for instance, and I'm gonna bring you a simple example, Mondays, this is the day where I'm recording videos. YouTube, Instagram, I do my social media. So there is only one goal for me on Mondays. I also go work out in the morning just to kind of move the energy along my body, but nothing else is scheduled for Monday. I don't care if anybody like invites me somewhere. I don't care. I know how much time I need to record the videos. You know, sometimes I can do it in one sit. Sometimes it's just a little bit different. You know, I need to 2, 3, 4 recordings. I also need to be in this, like, in the mindset, because it's a lot of energy, by the way. And if you like this video, if you really want to support me, please hit that like button and subscribe, because that's the energy exchange. Obviously, you know, me sitting here in front of the camera talking to you, I can really participate with you. That's why I come to the webinar, and we will really be like in a very live setting. The exchange for this is when you watch this video, you like it, and I see that, and it motivates me. It gives me that exchange of energy. I know how much energy it takes, so I don't do anything on Mondays. I really don't care. I really don't care if something happens. You know, yes, if there's an emergency, obviously, but other than that, nobody can move me from my apartment and doing videos anywhere, because this is my goal. And I'll share with you, this is kind of like my goal setting thing. It's in Russian, but you see? So I have 3-year goal, I have 1-year goal, what I wanted to achieve. And literally by month, I have it all set. So I wrote this goal and I follow it. I scheduled it all on my Google Calendar, and I see, okay, so let's say Tuesday, and I know this is gonna be a video. See, that's how I love it, because I'm like, I wanna like elaborate on everything. Like Tuesdays, I have my client's day. Wednesday, and this is a different day. Thursday is a different day. You know, like Thursday, let's say I'm editing videos. So like Saturday, Sunday, I know those are my days off, and usually over there I just give myself some flexibility, right? And there I can accept certain invites. But other than that, I have a goal, and I have that goal set. And if something, that incoming flow in my life isn't aligned with that goal, I'm gonna say no. To conclude, if you wanna be, and if you wanna become that person who achieved all of your goals, then you have to start adapting and becoming that person now, right now, in the present. And the main points are, have a mission, then become uncomfortable. Number 3, allow yourself to make mistakes and actually try to love them too, okay? 4, choose your role model. Number 5, surround yourself with people who support you and they have the same mindset as you, or they have mindset that you actually would like to adopt, right? Because if you're the smartest person in the room, you in the wrong room. And the last point is set goals, because if you don't do it, somebody else will. So thank you so much. If you stay till the end, I want to say thank you and appreciate your time, and I hope you had a lot of value and you had new insights. Please write them down in the comment below. So thank you so much again. Like this video and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you'd like to participate in the webinar, please go into the description below. Everything is there. If you have any coaching requests, if you're right now facing challenges, if you have, I don't know, been in a cycle of just doing the same thing and you just get same results and you don't know how to get out, I have a discovery session. This is free of charge session because obviously I want to see if I can help you with this, or maybe I can refer you to some of my friends who are also coaches, and they would be a better fit. So thank you so much, Julia Dars, and I'll see you in the next video.